Hello adventurers and welcome to another episode of the Bestiary. Each episode will look at a new fantastical creature and everything you need to know about it. Recently I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone and enjoying the Nerubians. Warcraft's Nerubians are a really interesting and awesomely designed race, but I wanted to dig more and discover a different kind of spider person. For this video, we'll be looking at the devious Ettercap, creatures from the first Dungeons & Dragons monster manual. One of the most interesting things about the Ettercap is how far it's come from its original publication and design. So when Ettercaps were first introduced, they didn't look much like spiders at all. They had a much more troll-like frame, sharp claws and teeth. Despite their look, however, they still had venom in their fangs and could produce spider-like web silk. As new editions were printed, Ettercap slowly changed, becoming more spider-like in appearance. It is also here where they gained many of their defining characteristics. Their eyes grew large, and their bodies became less troll-shaped. In this edition, it is also first mentioned that they would keep different sized arachnids as pets, or hunting companions. In this edition, Ettercaps also became known as notorious trap makers and users. They would use their own spider web and silk to catch and devour their prey. As the third edition rolled around, Ettercap design continued to become less human and more monstrous, losing much of their muscle for a much more fat and round body. It is here their faces also became those of spiders. In the latest two editions, Ettercaps have gained 8 limbs and are now often depicted wielding simple weapons and wearing clothing. Now that we know the publication history of the Ettercap, let's talk about how they would function in a fantasy world. Ettercaps inhabit deep forests where they live in self-constructed lairs found either in trees or in caves. Ettercaps are solitary, living alone only with their spider pets. However, mating couples do live together for a short period of time. Newly born Ettercap are abandoned at birth and are never seen with their parents. Ettercaps behave like primitive humanoids living in a forest. They spend much of their time stalking prey with their spider companions. As mentioned, they are renowned trap makers and users. Their traps are just as deadly as they are effective. Each Ettercap has its own trapping style. This makes it difficult to identify an Ettercap trap. Once a trap is sprung, the Ettercap will inject the victim with its venom, paralyzing it before it is eaten alive by the hunter and its spiders. It has been said Ettercap can devour a whole deer in one sitting. The details of Ettercap origin are unknown, but it is likely they are somehow connected to the spider goddess Lolith. However, there is another theory which states that they once could have been a group of druids who went mad and transformed into the Ettercap. These types of theories are enforced by the fact Ettercaps speak broken common. In combat, an Ettercap's greatest offense and defense are their traps. A group of unprepared adventurers will never know what hit them before they are helplessly strung up in spiderweb. The best way to defeat an Ettercap is to work together with your party to notice their traps and avoid the battle altogether. Should an Ettercap attack directly, you must avoid being poisoned by their fangs or ensnared in their webbing. Luckily for you, they are fragile and can be defeated with one clean strike or a well-placed spell. After you're victorious, be sure to extract the venom gland from the creature. An Ettercap's venom can sell for a high price or be turned into potent poisons. Well, that's all you need to know about the Ettercap. What's your favorite spider, folk, or creature? Let me know in the comments below and be sure to subscribe for more things fantasy.